has 28936. LP has 28936. NNPP has 476. NNPP has 476. NRM has 29. NRM has 29. PDP has 3449. PDP has 3449. PRP has 15. PRP has 15. SDP has 30. SDP has 30. YPP has 45. YPP has 45. ZLP has 343. ZLP has 343. Total valid votes 62003. Total valid votes 62003. Rejected votes 2273. Rejected votes 2273. Total votes cast 64276. Total votes cast 642.
Just do it from the taskbar down. Okay. Move a little more. We want to see the last, the total number of votes. Yes. Okay. Thank you. So please tell us what's the total number of votes cast.
6.
Okay. 64276.
Yes.
It's an agreement with what we have there. Any cancellation, please? No cancellation. Comments, questions, please. Any question, any comment? Okay, please, can we have the hard copy of the result?
Oshofe, please get ready. Oshofe local government.
Thank you very much. So we have Oshofe local government. Please introduce yourselves and present.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ismail Adeleke, a professor from the Election Collation.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mrs. Olamide Dojumo, lecturer of San Jose Local Government. Thank you.
I am the coalition officer for the presidential election for some local government area. And these are the details of the results. Total number of registration. Total number of registered voters. 474,772. 474,772. Total number of accredited voters. Total number of accredited voters. 94838. 94838. Now, details of the results for the political parties. A 251. 251. AA 28. 28. AAC 175. 175. ADC 357. 357. AGP 116. 116. APC 368. 83. 368. 83. AFGA 115. 115. APM 37. 37. APP 17. 17. BP 157. 157. LP 46554. 46554. NNPP 902. 902. NRN 29. 29. EGP 4058. 4058. PRP 32. SDP 120. YPP 46. ZLP 500. Total valid votes 90374. Rejected votes 4098. Total votes cast 94486. 94486. Result.
Thank you very much. Your total does not tally with what we have on the Excel sheet.
Ten.
Please, you have to step out for a while and check the additions while we take another local government. Your additions do not tally with what we have with the Excel sheet. We suggest you take the calculator and look at it again and represent. Thank you.
I'm a ward of the local government. Are you there? I'm a ward of the electoral officer, I'm a ward of it. Please step up.
Thank you. Please introduce yourselves and present your result.
My name is Moshawana Tumbe, Associate Professor of Social Studies. I am the Coalition Officer for the presidential election in Abu Ward of local government area.
My name is Taiwo Anita, the electoral officer and Ward of Area.
Results collated for the presidential election in Abu Ward of local government. I have 11 wards. Number of registered voters 325 230 325 230. Number of accredited voters 75489. 75489. And the parties receive the following votes. A, party A, 106. 106. AA, 17. 17. AAC, 45. 45. ADC, 162. 162. ADB, 61. 61. ABC, 13. 318. 13318. ABGA, 194. 194. APM, 36. 36. BP, APP, 18. 18. BP, 122. 122. LP, 45587. 45587. NNPP, 330. 330. NRM, 20. 20. PDP, 2383. 2383. PRP, 21. 21. SDP, 29. 29. YPP, 24. 24. ZLP, 574. 574. Total valid votes, 73057. 73057. Rejected votes, 2397. 2397. Okay. A, 106. AA, 17. AAC, 45. ADC, 162. ADB, 61. ABC, 13318. ABGA, 194. APM, 36. APP, 18. BP, 122. LP, 45587. NMPP, 330. NRM, 20. PDP, 2383. PRP, 21. SDP, 29. YPP, 24. ZLP, 574.
Please, there is about 10,000 votes hanging somewhere. I think you need to go back, look at the data, and you will please represent.
Labour Party vote 5,547. There's a mistake. It's supposed to be 5,547.
Please go back and then you come back to represent. Thank you. While we wait for them to come back, can we take Etiosa? Is it?
Yes, Etiosa local government. Are you around, please? Etiosa local government.
This Etiosa, welcome. Please introduce yourself and present your results.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Miriam Olarabodri, an associate professor in the Department of Political Science, University of Lagos. I am the local government relation officer for Etiosa local government area of Lagos State. And with me,
My name is Folayemi Bukola Bisumi, the electoral officer for Etiosa local government. Thank you.
is for Etiosa local government area. We have total number of registered voters at 369319. 369319. Number of accredited voters 65855. 65855. The votes are distributed by the parties as follows. It's 10. We have 10 words in the Etiosa local government area. A47. A47. AA23. AA23. AA6 74. AAC 74. ADC 190. ADC 190. AGP 71. Yes. AGP 71. APC 15317. 317. APC 15317. APGA 69. APGA 69. APM 16. APM 16. APP 21. APP 21. BP 97. BP 97. LP 42388. LP 42388. NNPP 381. NNPP NNPP 381, NRN 21, NRN 21, PDP 3369, PDP 3369, PRP 27, PRP 27, SDP 45, SDP 45, YBP 49, YBP 49, ZLP 412, ZLP 412, total valid votes 62617, 62617, rejected votes 3152, 3152, total votes cast 65769, 65769.
Thank you very much. Any cancellations?
Yes, we have some issues in it's just a local government. Okay, we have some polling units that voting did not take place at all. We have that some that immediately the voting started, it was disrupted. But we have quite a number of them, so we are collating.
How many?
We have many registration areas. So I have the papers there with me. They are collating them.
Sorry, it's difficult to take many. We don't have a column where we can write many. You have to give out figures.
12, 15. Between 12 and 15.
You have to be absolute. You have to be absolute. We can't
Okay, so maybe if you give me time, let's get the polling units out there. Come and give.
Thank you very much. We'll wait for you.
Thank you. I will not be able to do all of that. Yeah. Yeah, because.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Question 5 is ready for reconciliation.
Okay, please.
Thank you.
Oshofe, please start again from A. Take it again from A and take us through the parties, please.
A, 251, 251. AA, 28, 28. AAC, 175, 175. ADC, 357, 357. ADP, 116, 116. APC, 36883, 36883. APGA, 115, 115. APM, 37, 37. APP, 17, 17. BP, 154. 154.
Not 157.
Not 157. That's where the error. 154. LP 46554. 46554. NNPP 902. 902. NRM 2929. PDP 4058. 4058. PRP 32. 32. SDP 120. 120. YPP 46. 46. ZLP 500. 500. Total valid votes 90374. 90374. Rejected votes 4098. 4098. Total votes cast 94486. 94486.
Still not correct. The last column.
Nine four four eight six total.
Now on our spreadsheet we have 94472. Please update. Let's see if you need to. Let's see if it will change. The 94472. Please cross-check the additions. The last two.
Total valid votes 90374.
Four 098. Oh. No.
All 098.
I think your addition is still not correct. 94472. Please don't put the spoiled votes there. Remove the spoiled votes, and you only need to add total valid votes and the rejected votes. And that gives us the total votes cast.
Yeah, that's right. 944. 944. 5 cases. We have 4 overvoting, and then we had 1 obstruction of the process with violence in one of the polling units.
Okay, so please let's have it. Number of RAs affected,
5.
5.
The PU, B 0506. Yeah, 5. Okay, so, we have
Mushi, are you ready now? Mushi
Thank
local
you.
government,
It's motion
not
here.
yet ready.
It's yours, sir.
Etiasa local government, are you done with the reconciliation?
Information of the translation.
Not yet.
Okay. So we still wait a little. I'm word of
I'm word of the local government. Are you done?
They are not done. They are not cleared yet, so they have to come back. Whichever way. So we wait again for a while, please.
the total PVC collected.
Hello, hello, hello,
And the total,
Just a minute, wait for the.
Live pictures there from Lagos at the INEC State Collation Center there in Yaba, where the collation officers are announcing results from the different local government areas. And, some of those results are also being displayed on the screen. So you can just follow from there. And some quick updates across the country. Collation in your state has been postponed to tomorrow. It would resume at 8 a.m. That's in your state. In Zamfara, the process has also been postponed to tomorrow, Monday. Oh, obviously, that's today. This is 27 minutes past midnight. So the process would continue this morning. In Kaduna, the process continues today at 9 a.m. In Oshun, collation has been concluded in Oshun, and some of the developments we are getting, we have heard, different parties release different statements and say different things with regard to this election. For instance, we've heard the APC, PCC talk about the fact that they want people to be calm as the nation awaits the release of the final results of the presidential elections. The Presidential Campaign Council of the APC is appealing for calm from all stakeholders. We've also heard the NNPP presidential candidate promising to abide by the results of the polls. And then do not forget the fire that happened earlier yesterday at the Monday market in Maduguri, Borno State, that's in northeast Nigeria. Those are some of the development across the country. It is Nigeria Decides, Decision 2023 on TVC News. And Babajide Kolade Otitoju is still with me in the studio. Babajide, you've seen developments there from the Lagos Collation Center. What do you make of the exercise?
Yeah, what I can see from the results posted, it's a keenly contested affair between the APC neck and neck at this time, and the PDP has been pushed further back to take the back seat. since 1999, PDP has been the #1 opposition party in Lagos State. PDP has always come second. But from what we are seeing, PDP won't come second in this election. In fact, it could come third, a distant third. That is what,
in this case, maybe at this particular state level,
yes,
because from Ekiti State, for instance, the APC had 201,000 plus, PDP 89,000 plus, Labour 11,000 plus. So in Ekiti, for instance, the PDP is second there, at least at this level.
Yes, from you can see from some of those results that is way behind the Labour Party. So I don't think he can make up enough ground to come second from what we see, you know. Well, that's the way this contest, I know that a lot of the people who voted for Labour Party were originally PDP members. So Labour Party has been picking PDP's pocket in this electoral season. That's what it's been doing. It's been nibbling away at what used to be the strongholds of the PDP, and it's left PDP weakened as a party. It's going to come third in some states, you know. It's going to come third in some states, including Lagos. And what it then means is that it has to work hard if it is not to come third, even in the final analysis. So some of the what we can call exit polls at our own level, it's already come third in some states. So I said it at before now that the Labour Party candidate has changed the dynamics of the presidential race. His entry into the race changed a lot of things, and it brought a lot of dynamism, a lot of energy into the race. It made others to be more serious, to take the contest seriously, and he's been able to do well across the board, except in the states of the far north, where it barely registered a presence. But in the southern states, southeast, and some states of the northeast, where we have predominantly Christian population, is done very well so far.
All right, we know the process isn't concluded just yet because we are still expecting some of the results. But then the state assembly and governorship elections are about 2 weeks away. How much of an influence do you see the outcome of this phase of the election have on that second phase?
There are some states where traditionally they don't like to play the opposition. In such states, like Kwara, for example, they don't like opposition politics. So there will be some form of bandwagon effect arising from the outcome of the presidential election. Any party that wins the presidential election, it will give its governorship aspirants a lift. It will give them extra energy because people would vote for them because they can see that they've taken power at the center. It may not be overwhelming vote for them, but they will get some more votes on account of coming first in the presidential election, which is called the bandwagon effect. So I see that happening, at least in some states.
All right. Let's take some live pictures from the Kebbi State Collation Center in Berlin, Kebbi, the state capital. That is it on the screen there. Let's get some audio from there too.
Okay, thank you so much. Can you present your results, please? Thank you very much. For the presidential election, your local government again, and with code 08 and DLGA. Total number of registered voters for Dundee, we have 96715. 96715. Number of accredited voters, 28973. 28973. Votes scored by the parties. Party A, 1, 2. Party A, 1, 2. Party AA, 1, 6. AA, 1, 6. AAC, 1, 0. AAC, 1, 0. ADC, 2, 9. ADC, 2, 9. ADP, 8, 1. ADP, 8, 1. APC, 1, 3, 3, 0, 3. APC, 1, 3, 3, 0, 3. APGA, 7, 1. APGA, 7, 1. APN, 3, 5. APN, 3, 5. APP, 2, 0. APP, 2, 0. PP, 7. PP, 7. LP, 7, 4. LP, 7, 4. NNPP, 1, 3, 0. NNPP, 1, 3, 0. NRM, 5, 4. NRM, 5, 4. PDP, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2. 1, 3, 0, 2. PRP, 7, 1. PRP, 7, 1. SDP, 8. SDP, 8. YPP, 1, 6. YPP, 1, 6. ZLP, 2, 0. ZLP, 2, 0. Total valid votes, 27161. 27161. Can you look at that? Can you check it? For the parties? Okay. Party A, 1, 2. AA, 1, 6. AAC, 1, 0. ADC, 2, 9. ADP, 81. APC 13303. 13303. Abba 71. Abba 71. APN 35. APN 35. APP 20. APP 20. BP 7. BP 7. LP 74. LP 74. NNPP 130. NNPP 130. NRM 54. NRM 54. PDP 13202. PDP 13202. PRP 71. PRP 71. SPP 8. SDP 8. YPP 16. YPP 16. ZLP 20. ZLP 20. Total valid votes 27161. 27161. You have to check it. We want to go back. Okay. Okay, can we have this one? Tanga, please.
Live pictures there from the Birnin Kebbi Collation Center, that's in Kebbi State. And there we got some summations from collation officers from different local government areas. Before we took that, Babajide, you were making some references to some of the results we saw from Lagos. I understand we're back now. We have pictures again from Birnin Kebbi. Let's quickly join that and follow the process.
My name is Dr. Ali Kepara from Federal University. party department. I am the NTA election officer.
My name is Maria. Electoral organization.
Okay, can you present your results, please? Thank you, Representative. Total local government has 10 electoral wards. Total number of registered voters stand at 74,992. 74,992. Number of registered voters stand at 22,950. 22,950. 18 parties were contested in the election and they received the following votes. Party A, 06. AA, 05. AAC, 03. ADC, 26. ADP, 46. ABC, 9088. 9,088. Afghan, 36. APM, 15. APP, 15. PP, 05. NP, 52. NNPP, 23. NRM, 30. PDP, 9621. 9,621. TRP, 423. 9621. I repeat, PRP 423. SDP 22. YPP 06. ZNP 06. Total valid votes stand at 19,429. 19,429.
Can you look at it again?
19,429.
Okay, can you call figures again?
Party A, 06. AA, 05. AAC, 03. ADC, 26. ADP, 46. ABC, 9,088. 9,088. ASGA, 36. APM, 15. APP, 15. PV, 05. NP, 52. NNPP, 23. NRM, 30. PDP, 9621. PRC, 423. 423. SDC, 22. YCP, 06. ZLP, 06. 19,000 429. You have to look at calculations. Okay. I would suggest those other local governments that are not presented should kindly prostrate their calculation before they come forward. So it was certified. Total valid votes that at 19428. Rejected votes 1,458. Total votes cast 20,887. Correct. Total valid vote 20,886. Any cancellation? Yes, of course. We received almost 4 reports. There is electoral ward number 6, traffic area. Election was cancelled due to the disappointment of the event without reflecting non-functional of the event. The fever is like having body and all effort to rectify the event. Another one which is also at traffic area, unit number 14. Also, we have an instance of destruction of people and materials by storms. So actually, the electorate run away from the election. Another one from Sawashi.
Ongoing in Birnin Kebbi, that's the capital of Kebbi State, for result of votes cast in Kebbi State in the presidential election. Elections held now 2 days ago, that's on Saturday, 25th of February. But we know that in some parts of the country, the process continued on Sunday because a number of people were unable to vote in some of the polling units as a result of the late arrival of election materials and some other factors. But there, from Kebbi State, a Lagos crew are still on the ground monitoring situations and following, even as the collation officers gave summary of election across their local government areas. And Babajide Kolade Otitoju is still with me here. Earlier, we were talking about the impacts that this first phase of the election could have on the second phase. And we're talking about some states not, who don't like to be in the opposition, who don't like playing opposition politics, and that citizens and residents are likely to want to vote in favor of whoever emerges as president.
Yes. I think some of the states, the candidates in the governorship as well as House of Assembly elections will benefit from bandwagon effect. If their party wins at the center, then more people will vote for the governorship as well as also assembly candidates of that party.
All right.
I expect that it will energize the
voters.
the parties a lot more to give them a kind of advantage. So that usually happens every electoral cycle. The bandwagon effect is usually strong. Given the example of Quarans don't like playing opposition policy. So when the party wins at the center, as the presidential election, it rubs off on the subsequent elections.
All right.
So I'm sure that this year won't be any different. It will simply even serve as a kind of encouragement to the supporters of that party, having formed government at the center by winning the presidential election. They will be willing to go all the way, to ensure that at state level, they do not take their leg off the pedal.
Okay, well, the process is still very much on, and we can see collation going on even late into the night. This is about 1 a.m. Collation is ongoing. People's eyes are wide open, following the process. They don't want any stories.
Yes, you can see the course of the collation at the Lagos Collation Center. The presiding officer was making the point that some of the calculations were not right.
Indeed.
Because there is no room for error at this stage. Even where an error is not evident, there are professional cynics who eager to say, oh, the process was compromised to favor some particular parties. So these electoral officers must make sure that they leave no gaps in the course of their work. They have to do their work diligently and excellently.
And that's why political party agents are also there,
yes,
to keep watch on the process.
Yes, their own is to raise an alarm if they see any sign of attempts to compromise the process. So the parties spend good money on agents so that they can protect their interests. It's unfortunate that this time around the parties had no money to spend and they were actually looking for volunteers since the cash crunch has ensured that they cannot raise the funds to pay their agents. Imagine when you have more than 170,000 agents. You need more than $1 billion to pay them. Even if you are paying them 10,000, 12,000, you will still spend more than $1 billion.
And that's huge.
Yes, that's why it was suggested to the CBN that they should make money available to the parties so that it can help them sort out logistics and they can find the money to pay their numerous agents. To pay agents in excess of 178,000 it's not easy at all.
Spending such huge amounts to prosecute an election, I mean, at just this level of paying party agents, not talking about campaign and the other activities involved.
That elections are expensive to run in our country. I still even think that it's possible to have all of these elections conducted in one day. It's still my considered opinion that we can actually do all those elections in one day. We are too wasteful as a country. Look at how much it costs to organize these elections. to print ballot materials and organize this election is really, really expensive, both on the part of INEC and even the individual parties. So everyone is complaining that there's no money for party men and women. This season enables them to make a little money to supplement their income, but Emefiele has taken away the joy of these party men and women. They are look forward to this day, knowing that as agents they are going to be paid, but parties can raise the money. Where are you going to get about $1 billion to pay for agents across the country? Even if you are paying them 10,000 naira per head, it's still in excess of $1 billion naira. Where are they going to get the money? So
it's a serious issue, and well, we've been talking about setting our priorities right. What should be the important things? What should we actually focus on? But election is actually very important. That's like the base of our democracy.
It is. We must first sort out our elections, make our elections competitive, make our elections credible, make our elections clean, because that is the first step to achieving growth and development. You need the right people to man the critical sectors in your country. You need to be able to elect the right leadership. The right leadership that is focused, leadership that understands what the problems are and knows what steps to take to solve those problems. If you do not understand what the problems are, then you are not ready for leadership, And once you identify what the problems are, you then need to set out to solve those problems that are confronting our nation at this time. And the incoming administration has its job cut out for it. Has a lot to do to set this nation on the right path of economic growth, because we've really been declining rapidly in the last few years. The economy has received a battery from government. Inconsistency of government policies have damaged the economy beyond what you can explain. So small businesses are dying because of this lack of sufficient naira notes, and to worsen matters, SMEs thrive on power supply, but you can see that you don't even have power supply at all. When you have is barely enough, how can real growth happen when you've not sorted out the matter of electricity generation and distribution? So it's one of those things that the next administration must prioritize and ensure that within its first 6 months of assuming office gets solved. When we solve that problem, it will lead to growth in other sectors.
Now, don't you think that might just plunge us further into debt, because already our debt burden is in tens of trillions of naira?
Electricity generation is capital intensive. We can't deny that it's capital intensive, but we have to continue to invest in the sector, because that's the only way that we can make change happen in that sector.
All right,
even the transmission leg is experiencing big problem because the equipment are very old and they need to be replaced.
All right, we'll continue the conversation from there. Let's return to Building Kirby. Live picture.
Scored by party A, 0-2, 0-2, AA 02 02 AAC 02 02 ATC 10 10 ADT 30 30 APC S339 S339 ABGA 10 10 APM 04 04 APP 03 03 DP 00 00 LP 119 119 NNPP 72 72 PDP 8574 8574 ERP 34 34 SDP 02 02 5PP 06 06 ZLP 02 02 total valid votes 17231 17231 17772 17772.
Thank you so much. Do you have anything consideration?
Yes, you have.
Can you tell us those?
Only where council.
All of them. Let us have one house. All the six were overvoting.
All six. We have many overvoting. We have 1,003 people overvoting and fairness. We have Mapari people overvoting. We have Ibela people overvoting. We have Tarkia people overvoting. We have Makaranta, polling units people overvoting. Okay.
Thank you so much for that. Any questions for him? Any question for him? Okay, thank you. Can we have you? Come back. Thank you.
From Berlin, Kebbi, capital of Kebbi State, where collation of results is going on there. The votes cast, the presidential election, which held on Saturday, is being announced there in Berlin, Kebbi. We've seen the coalition officers come forward to summarize what transpired in the various local government areas. Jide, before we went on that, we were talking about, the task ahead of the new president, and we were talking about electricity as being critical for business, for even government. All right, so how do we fix it? Because this is like a perennial challenge.
I think government has to look at some of the privatization of that sector. Nigerians believe that the sector is not in the hands of capable people. When the power sector was privatized, especially the distribution leg as well as the generating leg, some of the people who are privileged to buy those companies were people without the requisite experience to fix that sector. Some of them were bankers who were close to the government, and they got these power plants, as well as distribution companies. So they've not really been able to do a good job. The government has invested billions, tens of billions of naira on them, giving them what you can describe as subsidy. And the question that you ask is, how do you sell something to some individuals and you are still giving them money to run what you are supposed to have privatized? Those guys did not even have the funds, the sufficient funds to continue to run those companies. Government has bent over backwards, assisted them with funding, but what you see is glaring incompetence. And you can't blame them because from their background, you can see clearly that they had no business in that sector. Some of the basic things that they should do, like even providing metal so that Nigerians can move away from the era of estimated billing, they do not have sufficient meters to distribute to electricity users. So a lot of people are still experiencing estimated billing. And estimated billing amounts to fleecing the electricity user because you just off the top of your head, in a particular month, you just say, okay, this is what I'm billing him. Not necessarily the quantum of electricity that was consumed in that particular month. So that amounts to cheating the electricity user. So apart from the lack of capacity and lack of sufficient financial wherewithal to run the sector, I still think that government has to look at that transaction again, and if government is convinced that those guys would not be able to improve upon their service delivery, then I would suggest that other investors are called in and they should let these guys go.
There are also concerns about perception of a country, perception of our foreign policy, perception of the ease of doing business policy that we have in place. Because it's like you're discharging a set of people and you're planning to bring on new people. What is the assurance that these new set of people would not at some point be let go also?
I know that there are concerns about that. And government, in the agreement signed with these companies that took over that sector, if you were to let them go, you pay a penal fee in the region of $8 billion. I don't think any government would want to pay this kind of money. So that's
like a clause.
That's why, yes, they did that to ensure that government doesn't just wake up one day and say, go. And if they must go, it must be for the right reason. So as long as you consider that you are going to pay that
huge sum
of money, you have to think twice about moving them on. And the other bit of the deal or the agreement is also that it will be subject to international arbitration. So it's not going to be subject to the courts of our land. I think government must have looked at this and told itself that it is expensive business to fire these guys. But I still don't think that those guys have got what it takes. The discos do not have the funding that is needed to invest further in the sector and cause it to expand. They've not got the financial wherewithal.
So that's like
Gencos have
liability.
even done well to understand. Gencos have invested a lot on the power companies. Yes, Gencos have done a lot of investment. And their capacity, their generating capacity has gone up. But it's like a waste of time because even if we are able to generate in excess of 100,000 megawatts, you cannot will what's generated because the transmission company of Nigeria, which is the only leg of the power sector that has not been privatized. is wholly owned by the government. That leg, because of obsolete equipment, because these equipments are old, some of them have not been replaced for 40 years, you can't push all of what is generated into the grid. You can't. So you have to come down because the grid has not had the capacity to take all of what is generated.
And you have the grid breaking
And
down.
so many times, a lot of this have to do with gas constraint as well as even the age of the equipment at their disposal. So you have a situation in which we have an installed, capacity to generate in excess of 12,000 megawatts. But we've never been able to wheel up to 6,000 megawatts. The long and short of it is that the investment in the sector has to be across the board. As you are investing in the generating companies, you must also invest in the transmission leg. You must invest in distribution. A lot of our people in our communities actually buy transformers by themselves, whereas that is the duty of the GENCOs, of the DISCOs. So there is a lot. If I can generate 12,000 megawatts, there's no reason why the transmission leg should not also be able to wheel as much as is generated. There is no reason why the DISCOs should also not be able to distribute the quantum of electricity that is transmitted. But what you see is they give them this quantum of electricity, they then decide what they are going to distribute.
Based on their capacity.
Based on their capacity, and sometimes they claim that some of the customers don't pay. So they see no reason why they should give them electricity.
And that further breaks down the generation and it's a whole lot. And this matter does bring up the issue of the national grid, because I know there have been calls and concerns about why the power generated from different parts of the country have to first go to a central source before it is then distributed to the people.
Once you generate in excess of 50 megawatts, it must be fed into the national grid. That's what the law says, and it's I don't think it's fair. Some states develop their own some say built their own generating companies. I remember even in Kwara, the federal government started an IPP project, the National Independent Power Project. Because the contractors were not paid, they decided to leave. So after they left, the government of Bukola Saraki brought them back. The state completed the project. But whatever is generated from that power plant is then fed to the national grid, where is then
distributed across the country.
Now, you will find that Kwara's neighbors, like the northern part of Oyo State, Kishi, and the rest of them, would benefit from the power that Kwara has generated and even get more power supplied to them than the state
that
generated it. So that's once it's above 50 megawatts, by law, it has to be fed to the national grid. So it's discouraging for the state. Every state should be able to produce its own power and distribute to its people. If Lagos, for example, was allowed to generate power and distribute to its people, only God knows where I will be at this time. And of course, there's also the issue of over-dependence on gas-fired turbines. We have more than 20 power plants that are gas-fired. There is no reason in the world why we cannot focus on other power generating sources, wind, solar, hydro. Look at Brazil. Brazil relies so much on hydro. Brazil generates more than 100,000 megawatts, largely from hydro. They have the Amazon River, so they have enough water, And in our country too, we have enough water to be able to come up with more hydro plants. They just finished one in Niger State, which will also help. So I think that relying so much on gas-fired plants does not help us. Today, we don't have enough. We don't have enough hydro plants. We should actually have more than the number of hydro plants that we have. We have Kanji Dam, we have Jeba, and we have Shiruru contributing to the national grid. We should have a lot more. I know that Kashimbila, one of the most beautiful hydro plants I've seen in our country, I know that it's literally ready, but I'm saying that we should be able to focus on more alternative sources of power generation because gas is an issue. We have power plants located far away from the sources of gas. The sources of gas are in the south, whereas some of those gas plants are here in the southwest, Papalanto, Motosho, the rest of them. Some are in the north central. There is Geregu in Kogi, and these are gas fire plants. There is Egbe here in Lagos, which is the largest gas-fired power plant in West Africa. Sometimes when Egbe fails to deliver, it is because of gas constraints. Maybe some guys have sabotaged the gas pipeline and gas can be supplied to this area. It happens so many times. Sometimes maybe they are owing their gas suppliers, they refuse to supply gas. When they refuse to supply gas, the power plant shuts down. And we experience blackouts or even, what's it called? System collapse, because system collapse will happen when you are unable to generate up to an optimum level. If we have, let me give this example. If we have 23 power plants, for example, and only about 8 of them are working, it will lead to system failure because you do not have enough to feed to the grid. So it will naturally trip off because the quantum of electricity supplied or generated is too low to feed into the grid. So once you have that situation, it's a shutdown that happens, and that is what is called system failure. Sometimes those boys who breach the pipelines will think that it's actually petrol that is passing through those pipelines. By the time they break the pipeline, they will see that they wasted their time, and you cannot pipe the gas once you've broken it. There's nothing you can do. You can't pipe it. You cannot. It's useless to you. So if we can protect the gas pipelines a lot more, and there is regular supply of gas to all the pipelines, to all the power plants, we would not be having the disruptions that we're having. And of course, the gas suppliers have to be paid, because that is also a problem. Many times they are owing them, not paying them, and it leads to all kinds of disruptions in the system.
Right, so there's a whole lot of issues. Well, on the screen there, you can see some of the results being displayed from some collation centers across the country. Some of these results here now are from Lagos State. The one there at the moment is from Amuwo Dofin. We have from Ikeja. We have from Itiosa, Lagos Mainland, Badagry, Koshofe, Ikeja, and well, Babajide has been talking about the fact that two parties seem to be neck and neck, or is it neck and?
Yes, neck and neck.
Neck and neck into it. But then there's a presence of.
So PDP is being increasingly pushed further back.
From being the main opposition party in the country.
Yeah, now it's to play second fiddle now. If it remains like this, then PDP will end up in third place.
Well, we'll keep watching. We'll keep an eye on the results as they're coming in. Remember that the National Collation Center reconvenes at 11 this morning. 11 a.m. activities would resume at the National Collation Center, where at least 35 other states that are yet to submit their results would be expected to come in and give a summary of the voting in their different states, and that would be adopted. The FCT would also take part in the process. As I mentioned earlier, collation is already concluded in Osun, so we expect that perhaps Osun might just be one of the first few that would be attended to if they've been able to transport themselves and the election materials down to the nation's capital, Abuja, for announcement, processing, and all of that. Babajide, let's talk about, okay, we'll talk more about this and especially about the interest of the international community on this particular election. It's the seventh successive election we're having, general election we're having in Nigeria since 1999, when the Fourth Republic came to be. But before we do that, let's take a commercial break. We'll be back with more of the conversation. Please stay with us.
Every major news story is with many perspectives and layered with different levels of impact.
Honey, what time did this happen? We will be right there.
At TVC News, we follow the big and major news, gathering the facts, witnessing the outcome.
I am here live at the aftermath of the approval of the new national minimum wage.
We are TV station of the year, not just for breaking news, but for being first, fair, and accurate. TVC News, first with breaking news. Every week, Green Angle, in partnership with Wild Aid, will bring you a documentary series on environmental issues affecting Nigeria's amazing biodiversity, from climate change, air pollution, and wildlife conservation. We will be traveling across Nigeria to give you on-the-ground report It airs every Saturday at 4:30 p.m. only on TVC News.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
It's Decision 2023 on TVC News, where we're monitoring developments regarding Nigeria's general election 2023. The presidential and national assembly elections held in most parts of the country on Saturday, 25th of February. It continued in some parts on Sunday, and the collation in some states has now been postponed till later this morning. That's Monday, 27th of February. Let's quickly bring you some updates from across the country. In Oyo State, Yunus Akintunde, who is candidate of the All Progressives Congress, has been declared winner of Oyo Central senatorial election in Oyo State, Southwest Nigeria. Mr. Akintunde defeated his kinsman, Bisi Ilaka of the People's Democratic Party and Fauze Nuruddin of the Accord Party, while the APC senatorial candidate polled a total of 108,776 votes. Bisi Ilaka scored 101,213 votes, and Fauze Nuruddin garnered 41,743 votes. That's from Oyo State, where Yunus Akintunde, candidate of the APC, declared winner of the Oyo Central senatorial election. And then, just as we mentioned earlier, as a nation awaits the release of the final results of presidential elections, the All Progressives Congress Presidential Campaign Council, that's the APC-PCC, has appealed for calm from all stakeholders and Nigerians in general. In a statement, the Advisor Media Communications and Public Affairs of the APC-PCC, Dr. Dele Alake, reaffirmed the belief in the unity of the country and says any attempt to whip up sentiments along religious or ethnic lines must be rejected. 606 polling units across the 774 councils of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. According to Dr. Dele Alake, reports from agents on ground across the country point to incidents of technical challenges and man-made issues. He said in some centers, there was late arrival of voting materials and a glitch of beavers. He said the national chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, has authorized either the extension of voting time or outright postponement of the exercise to another day. And continue that despite the teething challenges from beavers in some centers and pockets of violence here and there, the APC-PCC believes the exercise conducted by INEC on Saturday was still generally a vast improvement on previous ones conducted since the return of democracy in 1999. Democracy returned to Nigeria in 1999, and since then, every 4 years, we've been having elections. 99, 2003, 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019, and here we are in 2023. Although our democracy is still called nascent, 24 years, should we still be so nascent?
Anyone who is 24 years old is not a kid anymore. A fully grown adult. So I don't like it when we call ourselves nascent democracy. For how long are we going to be nascent democracy? We have come of age, and we've got to see ourselves as a country that has come of age in the area of democracy. We just need to act our age, behave like people who have come of age, and the politicians have to clean up their acts, behave responsibly. The people too should be ready to hold their leaders accountable. They must play their role as subjects of these leaders. That's the only way that we can achieve progress. If we simply become laid back and we are not bothered about holding these leaders to account, then it's too bad for us. We've got to challenge them, ask the pertinent questions, and put them on their toes.
Well, how easy is that, Obajidi? How easy is the recall process in Nigeria? If you feel a lawmaker isn't performing up to par, how easy is it for you as citizen to mobilize and then recall that individual?
You stop to recall them because it's a very cumbersome process. We've never successfully recalled any lawmaker as far as I'm concerned. As far as I can remember, we've never successfully recalled anyone. INEC is critical to a successful recall because, like the organized elections, their duty is also to organize that recall process, just in the form of an election, very similar to a normal election. And if INEC bungles it, no matter how determined the people are to recall their representative, you falls flat on the face.
And that's the reason it just appears, citizens feel, okay, whatever this individual does, this individual has 4 years, and then we can make another statement at the polls.
Yes, but I think now that our elections are becoming more credible, I think politicians will sit on their toes. I know one or two politicians now in the National Assembly who have lost their elections, and they weren't expecting to lose. They had the resources, they had the money and all that, but the people voted on the basis of who they felt would do the job better. They weren't voting on the basis of reputation. Oh, this person has been in the National Assembly for some time. Let's go for him. They just looked at the individuals, assessed them, and concluded that, look, it makes sense to give this guy a chance. This one who has been there for some time, let's forget about him and settle for this new person. So if people continually do that to politicians that they are not convinced had done enough for the people, those politicians will sit tight, knowing that the alternative to not working for the people is being shown the door by the voter on election day. So beavers and other innovations being introduced will put power firmly in the hands of the ordinary voter. And the ordinary voter will be able to punish politicians who fail to serve them competently. So I think this will help us even achieve our aim of good governance, because politicians will now be on their toes, will now commit to working for the people. Because once it is evident that you are not working for the people, you are not serving their interests, of course, with the power that they now have, they will not hesitate to send you packing. And most politicians don't want to be sent packing in that way.
And then, talking about the legislature, there are those who feel that we should run a unicameral legislature, have just one house,
I agree.
Just one chamber.
I agree with them.
And then even don't make it permanent. Just whenever you sit is when you get your allowance. I mean,
yes, during the Second Republic, we had that. It was part-time, and yet they were still punctual. You know? And the house was, both the two chambers were properly run, you know, even at that time. And, they were really, really committed. Those set of politicians were committed. Today, one of the biggest drains on the resources of our country is the National Assembly. We do not need 260 House of Reps members.
360 actually.
Yes, 360. We do not need that much when we have the Senate. The president of Senegal got fed up and he fired the Senate, sent the Senate packing. Today they have just one chamber. I think in our own case, it makes sense to also send the Senate packing and stick with the House of Reps. The reason I am settling for the House of Reps is because they have more members. That means they are more representative. For example, in Kano, I think we have 20-something House of Reps members, just like Lagos. Lagos too, around 20-something. So they will be more representative. More communities are captured. More communities have representatives. The Senate is usually one person constituency. Yes, you know, and one senator will actually be in charge of like 9 local governments or 10. In the case of the House of Reps, it won't be just one. It could be, yeah, sometimes 3, 2, 3, 2. It depends on the size.
Yeah.
You know how big it is. In some cases, just one big constituency.
Yeah, but Vajide, who would want it to start with them? Which lawmaker would want that in my time is when I cease to be a lawmaker, I lose the benefits?
I know, how do you call it is, but if they truly love Nigeria, because this system is not sustainable, at some point, things will snap. We won't be able to fund this arrangement anymore.
And then who should actually make the call? Is it the lawmakers themselves or the president?
It has to start with a bill.
An executive bill?
Yes, it should start with an executive bill. But the president has to have that conversation. Gentlemen, let's face it, we cannot continue like this. And once we have that conversation, the president can then go ahead, initiate that process. I believe that if our lawmakers are truly patriotic, this is something that they should not waste time about. We can't afford to. There are two. The budget of the National Assembly is huge. Let's not even talk about how much they are spending on renovating the National Assembly. That is building was already beautiful enough. Their budget, their overall budget, what even goes to so-called constituency projects. Constituency projects amount to like duplication of efforts. If there are projects in the states, let the Ministry of Works, whether Ministry of Works handle those projects. You know, but what do we see? Lawmakers allocate so much to themselves in the name of constituency projects, whereas what they actually spend the money buying is sewing machines, some wheelbarrows, all kinds of things that have nothing to do with projects. If you're saying constituency project, why are you buying empowerment materials? Because I want to believe that constituency projects should be, okay, projects that those
Situated.
communities need badly. You
Roads.
know? Yes, roads, water supply,
facilities.
and all that. Yes, primary health centers. Many wards in our country still don't have primary health centers. Whereas by the design of the health policy, each local government should have its primary health center. So for me, we don't need those constituency projects. If there are projects to do, saddle the Federal Ministry of Works with that responsibility, and they will deliver the road for you. But our lawmakers want to take that money, they help themselves to part of the money. What they call constituency projects, donation of refrigerators to women, donation of gas cylinders. I saw one video from, I think, Anambra State with women carrying gas cylinders. They have bought those small gas cylinders. They have bought it, bought hundreds of it that they share to these people in the name of constituency project. That's not a project.
You find labels, brand on them, and it's like the cost of the branding itself might even be much more than the cost of the project.
It is even vote buying. Because vote buying these days does not begin on election day. They start the vote buying months earlier. Walk into people's homes, ask them their needs, and then you proceed to give them money. Somebody was telling me about the door-to-door campaign that politicians are doing. EFCC, they were throwing their weight around during this election. But the door-to-door campaign that the politicians were doing, the EFCC was not there. They were giving people money within the four walls of their homes. Of course, you will not know that was what transpired. But vote buying is still being done. So the constituency projects, if you look at how much goes into constituency projects, that's tens of billions.
Babajide, it would take a lot of political will.
That's why the president must lead the way. We need a president who is influential, who can talk to political stakeholders. They will take him seriously. They will want to help him. Because, look, if I were the shoes of the new president, I'm going to say, this is what we really need to do. And you need to support me. Constituency project, forget about it. If they have projects, let them go to the Federal Ministry of Works. We can't have duplication of efforts.
That means the president would also be hoping that at least whatever the next National Assembly would be people, candidates from his political party, such that it might just be easier to address them and get them to listen.
That you are from the same political party is no guarantee that you won't have an adversarial National Assembly.
So how do you win their trust?
Because Obasanjo had a running battle with Galinaba, and they were both from the PDP. So things can happen within a twinkle of an eye that would get the president to start thinking that this National Assembly does not support my aspirations. This National Assembly does not want me to succeed. So that they are from the same party is no guarantee that they will work together or that they will support the aspirations of the president. I've seen that happen times.
But then also the National Assembly is not meant to be rubber stamp, the executive. So they are also meant to keep a check on the activities of the executive and even the judiciary too.
Yes, you are right. What usually happens is the president, at least in the Nigerian setting, the president thinks that, because his party controls has two-thirds of members of the National Assembly, he can bring anything before it and he expects that he will get what he wants. Like the loans that we are taking all over the place. At a point, they should have put a cap to those loans. That will have shown clearly that, this is a National Assembly that knows its onions. But every time the president asks to be allowed to take a loan, you rush to approve it.
But when the debt management office comes to justify it and say that the nation's level of indebtedness isn't beyond, taking the extra loan.
Well, you and I know now that we're already spending in excess of 90% of our revenue on debt servicing. We look at the budget this year, look at what they've set aside for debt servicing. You will know that it's already a big problem for us. If you spend literally all of the money that you generated on servicing debt, it's alarm bells already. I know that these people try to defend just anything, but it's already reflecting badly on us. If you cannot have enough money to spend on infrastructure, and you are spending so much simply to service loans, that should nudge you to come to that conclusion that, yes, I have not managed this hunger for loans in the best way. Yes, because instead of focusing on how we can earn greater revenue, which will free funds for use on infrastructure and other, we just think that every time we need money, we must go borrow. And every time you borrow money, it has consequences. You have to pay back. You are paying back in foreign currency. So it's draining virtually all of the revenue that we earn. Because the fact that you have to pay in foreign currency already makes life difficult for you. So yes, the debt management office, they always talk about debt to GDP. You can't use debt to GDP to justify borrowing more loans in our country. What makes sense is debt to revenue ratio, not the debt to GDP. Because GDP is not money in tangible terms. But if you use debt to revenue, then we are probably among 2 countries in the world that shouldn't be taking loans the way they are taking those loans. It is clear that it is wrong. And what we should focus on is to reduce our hunger for loans. Reduce our hunger for loans. Get the creditors to renegotiate some of these loans so that we can push them further down the road. Just push the can down the road so that it does not, the repayment can be more flexible.
Do you see a debt pardon happening?
That happened not long ago, so that is not an issue now. You got to pay.
Mm.
You got to pay. For us, we've got to have the discipline to slow down on taking loans the way we are doing, because you have to pay. The loans are denominated in foreign currency. The naira has crashed badly against the dollar. So it means that you are spending a lot more in naira terms to service your debt because you have to pay in foreign currency. It's something that we have to look at. We can't have a situation in which more than 93% of your earnings will be spent on debt servicing. If we are not careful, we will eventually have to take loans to pay back our loans. Some countries of the world at some point will tell us, will be pushed to tell us that, look, we can't give you loans anymore.
Because I was going to ask why, this country will just say, no, Nigeria, not now. I mean, not again.
It will get to that point because some of our leaders think that there's no big deal. We should just be taking these loans. But there are consequences you have to pay. He that takes a loan must pay
Must
back.
pay.
So,
Indeed.
you must earn enough money
to be able to
well,
pay
yes,
at the right time.
Not rely, not take a loan again to pay for another loan.
Outstanding. All right, Babajide, let's quickly take some updates from across the country. This one is coming from Ogun State, southwest Nigeria. The returning officer for Ogun West senatorial election, Professor Oluseyi Onabanjo of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, has declared the senatorial candidate of the All Progressives Congress, APC in Ogun West, Solomon Adeola, as a winner of the senatorial seats. That's in Ogun West. Professor Onabanjo made this known after conclusion of collation of results at Orona Town Hall in Ilaro. Senator Adeola is actually a sitting senator representing Lagos West and would be replacing Tolu Odebiyi in Ogun West this time. He defeated his closest rival, Ganiu Obani Bashiri of the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Let's quickly take a listen to that.
I certify that 1. I am the returning officer for the 2023 Ogun West Senatorial District election held on the 25th day of February 2023. 2. That the election was contested. 3. That the candidate received the following votes. 1. Opaleye Alani Michael of ADC, 2979 votes. 2. Isaac Erobere Jewemen, AGP, 905. 3. Adeola Solomon Olamilekan of APC, 112887. 4. Akib Olaniyi Said Bisiolu, APP, 395. 5. Ashade Michael Oluseyi of LP, 19244. That Adeola Solomon Olamilekan of All Progressive Congress satisfy the requirement of the law, is hereby declared the winner and returned elected.
Solomon Adeola being declared winner of the Ogun West senatorial election held on Saturday there. And elsewhere, the Minister of Police Affairs, Muhammadu Megari Dingyadi, says there is need to check activities of miscreants who disrupt the electioneering process. The minister who doubles as Director General of the Governing All Progressives Congress campaign organization for the 2023 general election in Sokoto State made the call at the State Collation Center in Sokoto. He noted that violent attacks were witnessed in some polling units, which led to cancellation of results in those polling units.
The need for somebody to look at these violent issues that have taken place during yesterday's elections. These violence activities are everywhere in all the local governments of the state. And I want you to take note of the results that are coming out 14, 15, 20 units, and some of the voters who have not been able to cast their vote or whose votes do not count.
Our correspondent Celestina Area has been in Sokoto monitoring the exercise. Celestina, it's late in the night, but I see you are still up and very active, keeping an eye on activities there. What is happening at the collation center, please?
Okay, about the collation is still ongoing at the collation center in Sokoto State. It started very late at 10 p.m. yesterday. This was due to some disruption. First, the election in most local government areas in Sokoto State started late. Administration started late, so voting started late. So the election spanned beyond the 2:30 as stated by INEC because of the late start of the application and voting. And also there were some issues of violence that recorded in some local governments. So
Celestina Area is in Sokoto State, bringing us updates, especially from the collation center there in Sokoto, where election results are being announced. The visuals there from Sokoto at the State Collation Center. Shortly, we would be connecting again with Celestina for updates from the Babajide collation is ongoing, and all eyes are on the electoral umpire at different levels to deliver on the free, fair, and credible elections were promised weeks and months before D-Day.
Yes, and what the minister said is really germane. They need to check the activities of miscreants, politicians deliberately disrupting election in places where their political opponents are popular. You know, when...
Okay, please, could you kindly hold your thoughts on that? I understand Celestina is back. Celestina, you were briefing us on happenings there.
Okay, yes, I said so far we've had 9 local governments turned in their results, and the collation is still ongoing. But particularly in Rabat local government, there were 52 polling units that were cancelled due to violence, and that raised an objection from the campaign DG of the People's Democratic Party in Sokoto State. He called on INEC that if INEC wants to be fair and just, INEC needs to cancel the election in that local government, because if you say 52 polling units were cancelled because of election violence, which means half of the indigents in the local government were disenfranchised. So he said that if INEC wants to be fair and just, INEC needs to cancel the election. Collation is still ongoing at the collation center close to the INEC office in Sokoto State. This area is mad with security operatives from the DSS to the police to the army. So here is very security tight. So far, so good. We also spoke with the Minister of Police Affairs. He also spoke about the violence that occurred in most of the local governments because the election and accreditation started late in the state due to some logistics challenges. And because of that, it also spanned into after 2:30, which is the time where all elections ought to have stopped. And also because the violence recorded in some local governments, the collation couldn't start as at when it ought to. So it started 10 p.m. yesterday. So we're still much here, and the collation officer says they're not going to go on break. They're going to continue the process as long as the result keeps coming in from the various local governments.
Meet up, because of course Abuja is waiting for them. But then that political party that raised an issue with 56 polling units that were cancelled, Have we gotten any reaction from INEC about their request for a rerun in those polling units?
Okay, nothing about a rerun was said concerning those polling units. And he also mentioned that the DG of the
All right, calls there from one of the parties in Sokoto State that elections should be held in 56 polling units where elections were cancelled as a result of...
So many in the Rama, honestly speaking. In fact, INEC materials were destroyed. The beavers was so many beavers, numbers of beavers were destroyed, were smashed on the ground. In fact, hoodlums attacked our staff to the extent that most of them slept in the bush. We need in fact, we have to seek for the intervention of military that have to go to the bushes and rescue some of these boys. In fact, it was terrible, honestly speaking. It was just like a war. Yes.
Celestina is back. Celestina, so you said INEC hasn't responded just yet to this request for rerun in these PUs?
At all. But the DG of the campaign for the PDP in Sokoto State also mentioned that the next election that's closest is the governorship election. And things like this should not occur because it can cause agitation. Because this is the governorship election is election that is directly close to the people. So INEC needs to work on all these issues and ensure if there are laws in the Electoral Act that is able to mar and curb this electoral violence, and also persons that perpetrate this electoral violence are brought to book. But so far, nothing was said as to if the election in that local government is going to be cancelled and a rerun conducted.
So obviously, election materials got there late, the process started late, and eventually there was even some level of violence. So different issues coming up there. What about the beavers? Where elections actually held eventually? How was the operation of the beavers machine?
Okay, when we were touring the states yesterday for the election, we saw that on Saturday, we saw that in Chapa community, in Shagari local government, they had an issue with the beavers because according to the presiding officer who I spoke with, he said the beavers network was slow. But we're made to understand the beavers work without network, even in remote communities. But he was saying that capturing the thumbprints and they need to capture their faces. This process was very difficult for them to get the data of those voters. And also in Tambor local government, the issue we had.
All right, issues with beavers and electoral violence. The violence, Babajide.
Yes, I was listening to the INEC official. They said that they had to take to their heels, that they ran into the bush, that it was the army that came to rescue them, take them to
safety.
Yes, this 50 polling centers, election
56 actually.
56. That is huge. That is huge. There's no way it won't directly affect the outcome of the election. It's like canceling the election in all of the polling units in that local government. Rabat is the birthplace of the first Republic Premier of Northern Nigeria, Sir Ahmad Bello. It's also a local government where banditry is very, very rampant. Banditry is very rampant in that area. So government should have, INEC should have worked with the armed forces to ensure the safety of polling officials as well as their equipment, because we also talked about beavers machines relieved of the polling officials and destroyed. So, as I've said earlier, we can't have elections that are characterized by violence. Elections should be peaceful. It should be like a carnival. It should be something that makes everyone happy. I've seen
Absolutely.
people do elections here in Lagos where they even bought beer. They were happy. They were relaxed. Some were in Lekki and Parkview. You know, everyone sat down after their accreditation. I'm referring to what happened in 2019.
Okay, then
After
when
the
you have accreditation,
accreditation, they
then
went and had a drink, and then went
come
back
back for
later
voting
for the announcement of
results.
result. So elections should be it shouldn't be a do or die affair where thugs endanger the lives of polling officials or officials of rival parties. It's no longer an election, it's a war. And election is not supposed to be warfare at all. It makes no sense. Makes no sense.
And then it discourages the officials from actually, performing these duties. I mean, the ad hoc staff, because many of them are youth corps members who are deployed to handle this exercise. So when they begin to hear stories about possible violence, somehow they could just begin to rethink their decision.
Especially the corps members.
Yes, please.
We've seen situations in the past when corps members were killed. I mean, these are people serving their country. We have an obligation to protect them while serving their country. We should not leave them to be attacked, probably killed by political thugs. But my mind keeps going to 56 polling units having their results cancelled.
Now, what Celestina said, that party agent mentioned that it's like canceling half
Yes, yes.
of the units
And
in that
you
local
know,
government.
the problem is thugs deliberately do this. They target where they are sure that they can't win, knowing that the law says once there is violence, the entire result gets cancelled. So sometimes you're actually punishing the victim by cancelling the exercise in the area where the victim is wrong. They will only go to disrupt polling where they know that they cannot win. Of course, knowing that the law says that, when this kind of violent convulsions happen, the results will be cancelled. So it plays into the hands of the aggressor. The aggressor knows that, once we go there to disrupt the election, the exercise will be cancelled. So you've weakened the victim. Weakened the victim. The victim is not the aggressor. It's the aggressor that should be punished. But when you say once there is violence in an election, results get cancelled, you have to talk about who caused the violence. It is the person based on rigging that deliberately instigated the violence to take away the advantage of the political opponent. If I know the way it operates, if I know that this is your zone where you've never lost an election, where you have so much support in a close race, in a close contest, once I take away, let's say it's about 70,000 votes that you are expecting there. Once I take away that 70,000 in a close contest, I've given myself a fair, the opportunity to defeat you.
Absolutely.
Because if you had all of those votes in without a resort to violence, those votes are intact. You stand a good chance of winning. This is what the INEC rule does not bear in mind. Doesn't bear that in mind.
Well, the act is still open to amendments, reviews.
For me, I've been talking about it here. We've got to realize that politicians are always looking for the opportunity to take advantage of unfortunate situations. They deliberately go to disrupt polling in places where they know they don't stand a chance of winning.
But now, talking about securing the INEC staff, voters, and all of them, before the elections, we heard about deployment of personnel from the military to the police, NSCDC. I mean, all of those officials are very much involved in the process. So how come we see here of this violence?
It's either they don't deploy them properly or they are concentrated too much in the urban centers, because Rabat is not an urban center.
Babajide, let's quickly connect with the Lagos Collation Center in Yaba, where collation has resumed.
Thank you, ma'am. Please, do you have comments? Yes, please. On what he said? Yes, sir. Okay.
It's been signed by Fatogun AA.
Okay. Of which party?
APC.
Okay.
Sorry, you know, I'm not at the polling unit. I'm giving information here.
Again, please, let's make things orderly. Let's make things orderly. Like you said, there is a process. There is a process. These are collation centers. You have lodged your complaint and we have seen the papers. Okay, please, let's take it step by step. Okay, you have something to say?
Thank you very much. Once again, my name is Abubolaji Olusegun, IPAC Chairman, Lagos State. Actually, when the brother complained to me, I told them to go to the officer in charge and show him and let the person make sure they update this before bringing it here so that it won't be an issue here. They said they went there and the person was telling them he cannot wait to do it again, that it's not. I said, well, it's supposed to be filled here. He said before the man left, they told him, but he decided not to do it. That's why I said, okay, fine, they should tell the person to bring the papers here so that we can do it, because leaving 19 polling units out, we are talking about votes that can be up to about one, if not 1,000, and it has a great impact on this. So please, kindly help us. So they will believe, please, we have to look into this, man. Thank you.
Please want the EO to confirm if these documents actually are from you. What we'll do, please, if you permit me, we'll leave you to, please don't be in a hurry. Please. How many, excuse me, how many pages do we have? 1, 2, please let me count. 2, okay, please wait. Let's count this, and then you will take them out. You will check them very well, and you will come back to us and tell us if they are your document. Okay, so you have 21 pieces of paper with you, and we expect that you take a look at it, and then you please come back together with Madam. Thank you very much.
I have additional information regarding the number of the polling units. I've gotten the information now.
Okay.
For RA5.
Okay, please.
We have PU 002-750, PU 002-750. The summation is 2144. 2144, yes.
Okay. And the number of PVC collected, do you have it? No, not yet. Okay. You'll still get it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Before you go, there is still one more question.
Good morning, everybody.
Please.
He's holding another person in cash. This is impersonation. This is a real impersonation.
Sorry. I am here.
Excuse me, please. Are you? Please, this is not allowed. Are you
I am the secretary of the party.
Are you an accredited person that is supposed to be here?
I am the secretary of the party. And I'm representing my state chairman, who is a woman. I am the secretary of the party in Lagos State.
Where is our letter? That is
Authorizing her, authorizing you to represent her.
She has been here and had an emergency and called me to come and take over from her.
Excuse me. Please, you know that by law, she should have taken permission of the high table before doing this. We will not be able to allow you to proceed with our representation. Please contact her and ask her to come back or send a message to let us know that you are representing her. You know what the law says. And again, like I've been saying, if we do everything the way it's supposed to be done, all of us will have rest. Please, let's do it correctly. Thank you very much. You may please drop the microphone.
Please, ma'am.
Please, as you can see, your colleagues are not even happy for you to represent. Please go and please contact your chairman and ask her to send a word to allow you to represent her. Otherwise, you can't stay here. Please don't go with them. They will come back. We have counted the number of papers they took from you. We have 21 pages. They will come back to affirm if it is their document or it's not. Thank you. Next person, please.
Apapa local government. Apapa, are you there?
Is Apapa ready, please?
Ifakojaye there? Ifakojaye.
Ifakojaye, please come forward. Again, I plead with us all. We know the regulations. Please make the work easy and simple and straightforward. Once we follow laid down principles, everything will be fine. Fakojaye, please introduce yourself and present.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm Simon Deshma Kaya, from University of Lagos, Faculty of Law. I'm the local government commission officer
is Rita Wifraba, electoral officer in Fakoja. Thank you.
Thank you. Please present.
Thank you so much, ma'am. If you permit me, let me start from the total number of voters registered. So we have from the number of registered voters 395 371 395 371. Number of accredited voters 304 64 304. Now the breakdown of votes received by the political parties. Party A total of 133. Party A total of 133. AA 25.
Excuse me, please. To avoid further embarrassment, I wish to plead that everybody properly have their tags on. Please, if you don't have your tag on, kindly put it on. I believe everybody has got one. Okay, they issued like an ID. Okay, that's right. If you have it, it's okay. It's from INEC. It's original. It's all right. We just want to be sure that we have the persons that we're supposed to have. Thank you. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. So party AA 25 has 25. SAC 108. AAC 108. ATC 311. ATC 311. ADP 247. ADP 247. NPC 30756. APC 30756. APGA 106. APGA 106. APM 34. APM 34. APP 16. APP 16. BP 78. BP 78. LP 25437. LP 25437. NNPP 232. NNPP 232. NRM 22. NRM 22. PDP 3258. PDP 3258. PRP 34. PRP 34. SDP 50. SDP 50. YPP 50 as well. YPP 50. ZLP 609. ZLP 609. Total valid votes 61505. Total valid votes 61505. Rejected votes 2573. Rejected votes 2573. Total votes cast 64078. Total vote cast 64078. That's it.
Thank you. There is one vote that is making your data not to tally with our data. So we need to find that one vote and place it appropriately or remove it as the case may be. So do you want to quickly go over the figures so we'll be sure?
Okay, party A.
Yeah.
133. Party A 133. AA 25. AA 25. AAC 108. AAC 108. ADC 311. ADC 311. ADP 247. ADP 247. APC 30756. APC 30756. APGA 106. APGA 106. APM 34. APM 34. APP 16. APP 16. BP 78. BP 78. MP 25437. LP 25437. NNPP 232. NNPP 232. NRM 22. NRM 22. PDP 3258. PDP 32. RP 34. SDP 50. SDP 50. YPP 50. YPP 50. ZLP 609. ZLP 609. Total valid. Did I go on, man?
Obviously, your total is not in agreement with our total. So we'll please request that you step aside and go over the calculation and kindly represent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Surulere local government. Surulere.
Please, is Surulere there? Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Surulere. We've been waiting for you. Please introduce yourself and present.
Good morning, Ma, and good morning, sir. Everyone in the house. I'm Professor Olasotomi Olushola from the University of Lagos. I'm the Congressional Commissioner for Presidential Election in Surulere Local Government Council.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Olubayinka Yakubu, the Election Officer, Surulere Local Government. Thank you.
We have 12 wards in the local government from 01 to 012, ranging from Urule to Abuja, Yateto, Akamiko, Yaba,
Please just give us.
Urule, we have 45,000.
No. Please start with the total number of registered voters.
Okay. Total number of registered voters is 377,131. 377,131. Number of accredited voters is 85675. That's 85,675. And the breakdown of votes for each of the parties is as follows. Party A has a total of 117 votes. AA. Okay. Party A, 117 votes. 117 votes. Okay.
Just the figures, please.
AA 42. AA 42. AAC 90. AAC 90. ADC 314. ADC 314. ADP 98. ADP 98. APC 39002. APC 39002. APGA 156. APGA 156. APM 226. APM 26. APP 19. APP 19. BP 195. BP 195. LP 36923. LP 36923. NNPP 442. NNPP 442. NRM 24. PDP 2651. PDP 2651. PRP 20. PRP 20. SDP 43. SDP 43. YPP 152. ZLP 695. ZLP 695. Total valid votes 81009. Okay, total valid votes 81009.
Total rejected votes.
Total rejected votes 4194. 94. Then total vote cast 85203.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Then due to violence and a lot of distortions, votes will not take place or have to be cancelled in some of the centers. The affected centers include Orele, that's Ward 01.
Please start by telling us the number of words.
Okay. Number of polling units.
Arrays first. The number of words.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. 8RA. Not in the whole of the poll, in some of the polling units in 8RA. For example, in RA01, that's already PU 037 was affected. Okay. Okay, one
in all of them together, how many polling units, please? Three one.
31. 3. No, I'm not something, but I just pick the figures out. I will say, I'll get that close.
Okay. Do we have questions and comments, please? Questions, comments on the result, on the result presented? None. Okay. We need, before we collect the results formally, we need you to get us the number of registered voters in those places, and then the total number of PVCs collected. Thank you very much. Please give us the booklet before you go, or you'll come back with the information on the uh, total number of PVCs and registered voters in the affected areas. But give us the booklet before you go. Yeah, please. The results booklet.
Are you available now?
Motion is ready. Please wait, please. Let's finish. Okay. Thank you. Motion, you have the floor, please. We can't hear you, please.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. I can't have access to what is right now. First thing tomorrow, I will go back to confirm this progress. I'm getting what I am doing, trying to get across to the SPOs and the operation officer. Two of them, the police. By the grace of God, tomorrow morning, I will be here. This morning.
This is not good enough because if people have voted, then we should actually record their votes. What we think is that we take it that motion has not presented, and we allow you to sort this out, and then you come back to present. Thank you very much.
In addition, for future election or electoral process, we intentionally call one of our agents out of all the 18 political parties to sign. That is why you will see that it's only agent that signed that copy you are on. This particular one, just one agent, not two, not three, not four. We have the documents here. Not this one. This one. We have the documents here that your party agent signed.
He's saying the same thing. You are saying what he said.
But only one is on ground.
I think,
for future election and processes, what is then cannot be confirmed?
thank you very much. Please remember that signing, whether it is signed or it's not signed, does not invalidate the results. Thank you very much. So Mushi, thank you very much for the presentation. We take it that you have not come. We expect you back. Thank you. Don't worry, we have not cleared them. We've been here since we started, and everybody here will attest to the fact that we don't clear people once we are not satisfied. These results, if we take it from here and we take it to Abuja, we will also have problems presenting and defending it. So it is better for us, for example, when it was raised at the lower level, if it has been addressed, it will not become a problem here. If we don't address it now, it will also become a problem later. And that's why I keep saying this is a collation office. We need to be sure everything is right. Otherwise, we cannot present the results at a higher level. Thank you very much. They will come back. So how do you, because there's,
They can snap it, and they have their own copy.
we want them to compare with what they have.
So I don't have any copy.
They will bring it back. We've asked them to count the number, and that's the reason we counted right in front of everyone. So when they are bringing it back, they must come with the same number of the documents that they took away. Thank you very much. Come again? Yes. Okay, let's quickly take that, please. She will just give us information on the submission. Etiosa is here with information on the cancellation, on the cancelled polling units. So initially you said you have arrays. There are 8, 10, not 8. No.
Where is the collection of this?
725 polling units. Thank you very much. Please give us the booklet. It's ours. So we have cleared it's yours. Please, see as please give us it's yours. Okay, give me the last portion. Which one is it? Eight. Okay. Okay. 6, 5, 7, 6, 9, 3, 1, 5, 6, 2, 6, 1, 7. Thank you very much. Right. Thank you. Is the Okay, next, Apapa, welcome. Please introduce yourself and present.
Good morning. All good observed. Our name is Abiodun from the Friends of Lagos, Akoka. I'm the coalition officer for Apapa local government. I have with me
Good morning, everyone. My name is Josh Baby, Letter Officer at Baba Local Government.
I have with me the results of the Apapa local government. Number of accredited voters. I have with me 29363. 29363 accredited voters. 11. The total registered voters 112030. 29363. 29363.
112,030.
Can I come again? Registered voters 112030. Accredited voters 29363. For AA, I have 58.
Please start with A, not AA.
For A, sorry. I have 58. For AA, I have 18.